sending money to Kenya, paying for funerals, paying for wedding, paying for hospital bills which does not exist, we must also go for holiday. Yes. We must go for, we are so mean to ourselves that whatever money we get, when they get a letter from home, someone is sick, the person is just drinking the pub. Things are very bad here. I'm telling you, if you don't send anything, we are dying tomorrow. They will never die. We work day and night. We don't have night. We don't have morning. Me, I thought before I came here that when it is only heaven where there is no day and night. Little did I know that you come to live in England, there is no day and night. These people work day and night. And they send money home. And I want to remind them that you must go for holiday. I started going holiday when I was in Kenya. That's why I'm here. I'm not here because of KDR, because I'm a wider member. I'm here because I'm passionate about holiday. I'm passionate about having my time to enjoy my own money. Yes. And if the children are there, let them enjoy when they are alive. So because I know they will not be able to go for holiday. So let them also enjoy that money when you are alive. I moved in this country, I'm not living very much. I'm only 18 years old. This is my 19th year. And I started in Scotland. I know Perth. I know Scotland. I know Highland of Iona. I know Obam. Not for work, for holiday. I've been to that place. I've been to Skegness. I've been to Scarborough. I've been to Great Yarmouth. I've visited the whole of Portsmouth. I've been to Cornwall. And then I started touring Europe. Wow. Then I went to Barbados. Then I went to Orlando. Then I started saying, my God, some of the places I go, if you look at the beaches, they don't even have the beaches. Sometimes I book a holiday, and when I go there, I say, I wish I went to Kenya. They don't have even beaches to attract you. But Kenyans, anytime they go home, they said, I'm in a holiday, I'm going home. They go for funeral, they're in Murang'a Nyeri, they're in Kisumu. This is the work he's going to do the whole time. If you ask him wherever he has ever slept in Mombasa, Baburi Beach Hotel, he doesn't even have a flag. Some Kenyans don't even have a flag, sir. A flag to show that you are a Kenyan. We must be proud of ourselves. We must be proud to leave a legacy. The legacy is not for the ministers and the MPs. The legacy is an individual legacy. We live that we have done something for our country. I've toured around, and visited these places, and I'm very happy because I'm using my money correctly. Some of us don't know Safari. If you tell them Safari, they are only thinking of Peter Njiru and who? Sorry, God forgive. May his soul rest in peace. The only thing that is what they call Safari. I'm not talking of Safari of Safari Rally. I'm talking the Safari of seeing the animal and talking with those animals. When you have talked with the human beings for the last 2-3 years, you need to have a break to go and talk with the animals. God was not stupid to have created the animals. The animal also needs life. So I leave you with only one thing. We need to change our mindset. And I'm not going to do the teaching because I've been promised that the teaching will be done by the experts. But I also want to remind KTV that the Kenyan diaspora is very diversified community. And we have got very, very experienced people. I came here those years, transformed my life, changed my profession, developed into something, started in training and promotion development agency, accepted in the government, have worked for 18 years as a trainer and a consultant. It is not easy. And we have the same people here with different background. What I wanted to comment or to say is that in UK, we are capable of transforming Kenya tourism. We are capable of designing projects. I mean conceptualizing, designing, producing, and delivering a project. What I want to say why Kenyans fear coming to do business in UK, and I must mention it because the bosses are here. The reason why we fear coming to UK, they say it is difficult to work with the UK community diaspora. They are difficult. Yes, I know they are difficult. And they are also the best to work with. They are difficult because of the culture, the nature. Kenya is lucky because of the language. The secret is, when we come here in a foreign country, because we talk English, we get to learn the grips very fast. We learn the culture, we learn the tradition, and we get into that system. UK diaspora is already in the system of doing things right. And if you want to work with us, you must set your foot right, you must set your agenda right. Then you will enjoy working with the UK. But I want to promise that the group we have can organize UK, can design regions, can organize the team. We can develop a program whereby even if you are walking in Kenya, on Nairobi Kenyatta Avenue, if you see a statue, you can click on a phone and you can see this particular statue here is for Dedan Kimathi. Then you can read who is Dedan Kimathi. He was this. He fought for the Uhuru. He died in this year. Some people, even if you're passing where the President Kenyatta was buried, the tourists don't know because there is no information. Then we go to Mombasa and we improve the areas a bit, sir. We improve the areas of Jomo Kenyatta beach there. It is too much crowded. Let us get a room for breathing, some parks. So we are going to work in UK, but we need a team to work in Kenya. So we work together with that office, which we respect very much. Then we can set a system which is measurable, a system we can evaluate, a system we can check, a system we can improve. In 6 months to 3 years, I hope this meeting will not just be like any other meeting. They come, we talk, and then there's nothing. Is that not true? When they go back, they forget that UK, we are serious. I remember we have done a paper of a project which you take 1 month to do a proposal. They say we don't want proposal. Sir, tell them we cannot work with proposal. We need a project proposal written and approved by your office. And approved by your office. And if I'm in charge, every 3 months to 6 months, these people will give the report what we are doing. In 2 years' time, instead of going to Rwanda, you will go and enjoy your holiday. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Can we appreciate him once again? Thank you so much, Mr. Siba, for your very candid talk. I think we've been inviting you every now and then. Thank you so much. So let me go to the next presentation. Mr. Jonathan Koinange is here. Please. You have the floor.
How do you beat? How do you beat? I know how to do it. Who said earlier, we came here to be here for a couple of weeks. Key to that was just one thing, the marathon. The marathon is happening in Sunday. So why here? You know we're going to beat the guys this time, and they're actually going to break it. Hopefully not the 2-hour thing may not happen this time. It may happen in Berlin, but obviously, you know, it's early who wants to do it. And you saw that you're still going to buy more. So you're selling by more. So the weird things, so like a fighting or challenge thing. So you've come here to talk about that. You've come here to push that. Because you also realize that beyond the diaspora, athletics is good for tourism. Yeah? We saw Elliot go on stage. Actually, the idea initially was to have Elliot do his performance, then come to us. But you couldn't have him. But we couldn't have him go to come to our place because of one thing. The guys were mobbing him. That guy is a superstar. So how do we appreciate our own? It's by coming here to support them. Now, I was actually going to get him and he's run away. He does the marathon in 2 hours 40 minutes. Would you believe that? Huh? It's from that particular region. So I want him to actually tell us about the marathons and give us a snapshot because he normally doesn't get to speak and he hides. Huh? So I want to pull him into this conversation. Mutai.
I even don't know where to start from. I think we're making history this week. His Excellency Pelosi will say something because on Sunday, in fact, I'll ask all of us to come on the streets and sherekea. And I do 2 hours 40 minutes. But yesterday we've been having an exhibition at the Excel Center for the last 3 days. So I think people mistook me for Mo Farah. Yeah. And when I was walking leisurely, everybody was stopping me and saying, can we have a selfie? I say, for what? No. Can I have a selfie? Are you an athlete? I say, yes. So we had a number of selfies, but they wanted to say, so what's your name? I say, no, I'm an athlete. Because I didn't want, I was scared they will write. So, we are sitting on a gold mine as a country, and that is athletics. We had, I think we had a stand at the Excel Center. Majority of people were coming to see us, and we were asking, we had this marathon, why are you people doing very well in marathon? So we were even giving them, say, some of them bracelets, and we tell them, this is magical. So you ask someone, how many you've been doing how long? Somebody saying, I've been doing 3 hours, 20 minutes. We say, if you get this wristband, you will reduce to 3 hours. We say, oh, seriously? Are you sure? Say yes. So I think people are very, Kenya is on the map because of athletics, that's one. And there are many things. I think we are the cradle of humankind. And you need to be proud. Let's be very patriotic about our country. Yeah, let me know say, I usually say yes, so thank you.
Basically, what we're trying to say is there's so much about our country that we need to be proud of. Besides the horticulture here, besides the runners, besides the tourism product, everything is integrated. And our Kenyan people, yeah? The one thing that everybody talks about when they talk about Kenyan tourism is not what they go and see. Yeah? And you can see we've got a lot to offer, yeah? In terms of product. For me, when you ask me what do I like, my touch point in terms of tourism in Kenya is Kisumu. The biggest party place to actually go hang out and dance is actually Kisumu. Yeah? So in terms of touch points, there's so many things you can actually do. The runners, I kid you not, we were not, the stage is bigger than this, eh? And when Eliud went there, everybody was talking and the whole place was buzzed. In New York, Mary Ketel is a star. It's how do we tap into the different touch points that will push our destination, the diaspora. 300,000 in this particular country. Last year, 180,000 guys from Europe and from UK came. You guys beat those numbers. Even you yourself, if you had to come back for holiday, you beat the numbers, you double our numbers. So how do we make those touch points? And vast. You mentioned cradle of market. There are 2 other countries which are trying to take that right now, but we have a cradle of market. So what do we push when we talk about it, talk about the destination? Of course, not geography. The biggest thing for us is our big fire. The home of the regional supply. No one can claim that. No one can say things. And one big one for you, which is happening right now. Lamu King. You guys know Punda. Pumba. Yeah? You must know Pumba. Yeah? The 3, yes, the Watok. The 3D element of that movie in Kenya. In Kenya. That's where it's all from. Right? There we go. See? The product, we do have a product. No one can claim anything else. So that's basically okay. That's what he was mentioning about. This is the
extent of the product that we have. That's what we pitch. From the beachfront all the way up. Imagine all that. So it's not only, I know we are moving away from the migration and all that. We have got different touch points. Because what we've discovered is this. People are now pitching Africa and Kenya as a dream destination. It's not a dream destination, it's a destination that we want to keep on coming to once, twice, thrice. And that's what you've got to be able to tell people. Yeah? You're shaking. I'll come to you in the question. You tell me. Okay? You give me the answer. But it's not a touch point for just once. You can do it several times because you've got all these products to give you there. The touch point that we have and that, but every time someone asks me, I say my particular animal is Pumba. Pumba is the most amazing. There is no way this small thing is running, forgets it's being chased, stops and has a meal. So we've got different narratives for different animals. Yeah? So yes, the big five is great, but all the other animals do make sense. Now, I'm actually going to bring human in there because he knows the product. Now, why do we say, so the first one I showed was the big five. The unique five. And I will actually still bring you in why this is called the unique five.
There is no turning away. Other times it's in the background. Today I'm pulling in.
So we used to ask people, even in school, mention the big five of Kenya. So they mention the visual, but this is found in the northern part of the country, especially in Samburu area. And special big five. I think it goes without saying, let me explain.
And each of them is unique in a particular way. Yeah?
So, again, differentiating the product. Because everyone, the reality is that everyone says the same thing. A lion is a lion, irrespective of whatever it is. So it's a tick off, which is what we're changing right now. We're saying Kenya is differently unique to everyone. Yeah? So we're trying to give a different narrative. Yeah? Heritage sites. Yeah? My favorite town after Kisumu in terms of silence, when I've considered my mama, Lamu is amazing. Quiet for 3 days, 4 days. Other than that, it's really quiet. So different things, different products. Mountain climbing. Second highest mountain, most difficult climbing. So different things we pitch. We pitch what is important to us. Yeah? This particular wall. So different things. Athletics. Our runners have it. I remember when I started traveling, the one thing that everyone used to ask me because I was really sleep like him was, do you run? So that's one thing that people know us about, our runners. And this guy is something else. That's phenomenal right now. Yeah? He's actually going to do it. I think he's going to do that tomorrow just to rub it in the face of some people. And our country is changing. If you look at our office in Upper Hill, the dynamics of how we're building is changing. If you've not been in Kenya for 5 years, actually, people like me use Thika Road. I mean, Thika Road now the outer ring. Every 1 year it changes. Our country is changing. It's developing. Yeah? You can use your Uber. You can use your Google Maps to get anywhere to the country. So it is. We're changing. We're evolving. It's a beautiful country. Yeah? Eat out. You guys have, obviously, you guys are taxing. Go onto your Eat Out app when you go to Kenya. 2,000 restaurants, over 2,000. And that's the high end. That's the Things restaurants, all those other ones. There's the Nercos, there's the Jogonas, which are not there. So we have products. And he's laughing, but I'll tell you, when I was pitching, when we were doing initially I was doing the US market. But one thing I always made sure that anybody who came on a farm trip did was go to a local bar, interact with the locals, and get to have a conversation one-on-one, because you then meet who we are. Yeah? The nyakmin, the fry, the wet fry, it's who we are. It's beyond the conversation for the restaurants that are there. It's there. Yeah. So yeah, our shopping, Westgate, so we are cosmopolitan. People, Burundi and the rest come to shop in Kenya. There you go. So we are way ahead our neighbors do, and we love our neighbors. They can knock us, but they still come to us. Our hospitals, we are the key. Karen, for heart surgery, all the other small hospitals, we are doing it, right? We are doing it. Of course, we are the only country capital with a national park. We are the only ones. Only ones. Of course, the best drive is from 6 a.m., but we're the only ones who do that, who profess that. Only. Forget about Africa. We're the only headquarters. The guys who trust to have their regional headquarters in Kenya, Nairobi, is huge. Actually, the only reason that everybody knows about things going wrong in Kenya, the most news correspondents in Africa, again, Nairobi. That's why everyone knows when things are going bad, because everyone talks. You see a report, someone reporting about anywhere in the region, no names to be mentioned, and they're reporting from Nairobi. So we are key. It's us, it's our product, it's us guys. Of course, Nairobi has, that's the only place they can do a drive and all these things there. I try and take my kids to the Nairobi National Park every 2 months, 6 o'clock in the morning, best game drive. Yeah. Have a conversation with them. And it's cheap for us, it's less than 1,000 more. Yeah. So, one other thing. The biggest source market for Kenya. Who can guess what's the biggest source market for Kenya? Where we get the most tourists. 60%. Guys, we are the guys who control our market. Us guys. It's nobody else. You guys. And in December, 90-80%. Some hotels 100%. So we are the ones. We control that market. Yeah? It's your families, it's your friends, it's you guys. But the reality is also we suck. We always go in December. So it's, throughout the year it's really cool also. So yeah, not only that time. And things are happening, our airports are growing. We're really doing stuff. The airport is amazing. Yeah? And product. Since this thing was shown in BBC, yes, this is Giraffe Manor. It's booked until 2020. That's our product. Nobody else can do that. Guys try, but they can't do this. 2020. And again, okay, two things. The BBC feature here and Ellen DeGeneres. Those guys have messed that up. So it's become, unfortunately, successful. So because 2020 doesn't look good. So one of those things. But we put something else, the Giraffe Center that does this, and Bamburi. Helapak, yes, does that also. So two other people were doing that. I took my kids here. This is amazing. If you've not done this, Daphne Shavik, everyone who's come to Kenya does this. You get to do this in the morning. It used to be only at 11 o'clock. Now they've done it in a way that every 1 hour from the morning till the evening you can actually do this. Different products to do. The world is changing, so this may not be a product that will be there forever. So this is something you really have to actually appreciate. Yeah? And I know now it's changing where people do not want to pet wild animals. For now, when it's actually something that's acceptable, go do this. This is one of those experiences that will change your life. They even have one in Samburu. You see, some people actually know more product than I do. Yeah. 40. World class. The best, okay, depending if you play golf or not, I lean towards the one which is in Ravi Pingu. I also lean towards Karen, and I also lean towards where I play, Royal 40. Amazing golf course, and it's cheap. There, His Excellency doesn't. Which one do you prefer? You play? Okay. Okay. Then there's Windsor, but yeah, I lean towards the one I play. Royal for me rocks. The oldest. Royal is the oldest, yes. Yeah. But the current right now, last year Kenya Open was the hugest. We got the best athletes, and hopefully progressively, I think that yes,
trying to pull into the country. Hopefully we get in progressively. Hopefully we get in, because it's the past that makes sense. Yeah? But we're getting, it's becoming bigger, it's becoming better. Of course. Uniquely things that you're doing. You know, we've got two different type of elephants in terms of color. Which one and which one? Sorry, someone said yeah. It's okay, I'm going to throw you under the bus. Grey and brown. Yeah, different types. And this is a grey one. You know the best view of Mount Kilimanjaro is from our side, yeah? They got the mountain but we kept the view. So this would be that. The only difference with the two is the Amboseli ones tend to be slightly more aggressive, trying to be slightly bigger. Yeah? So the Sabo ones are the ones to red. Of course, what you notice now, huh? These days, for those who have got the hat, yeah, we have different actions in the other one also. We've got a different way of viewing here. Huh? You know, now the vans are open. Huh? Yeah, it's more personal. Not my thing, but it's more personal. It's one of those things. Of course, really. I've been here 6 times, and the reality of Askes is not a tick box. Eh? Every time is different. I've never seen a kill. Eh? But Ngeno, I think, is one of those guys who's seen a kill. One of those guys who I don't like, because it's a different experience, it's a different thing all the time. This, hopefully, is going to be like that for some time. One of the things that you want to be there and have. But now it's slightly longer, go towards end of August all the way to November. So yeah, because you see that migration happening. Yes. Best experience. It's one of those, because we have of the way we view game, of the way our land is, it's savannah. Yeah? So you're able to see game for miles and miles. Bush breakfast, again, we're changing our product. Huh? So the guys who own the product are doing things in a different way. So you can actually do things which are uniquely Kenyan. Huh? The bush thing, there's one, the first time I went for it, there's a breakfast one and there's one they do for dinner. And they have the Masai Morans jump you. It's interesting. It's a whole different experience out there. Again, the different camps and things we're doing there. So more eco-friendly. So you've got different products. You've got the lodges, you've got smaller camps that are broken up so they do not affect the environment for long. Hardest to climb. Looking about the other one, it's a flat thing and different, just 1, 2, 3 days. No. This one, my wife, one of those people who like climbing mountains. She's done Kilimanjaro, she did this, and she told me this one is a climb that you actually have to think and plan about. This is my sort of thing. How she climbs mountains, I sort of do this and jump out of planes. So other products that we have, the tandem jump, which now has been closed for some time, but yeah, it's a really nice experience. The whitewater rafting, the zip lining, amazing products. These are the Hell's Gate, again, things that you can actually do which are different. Biking, Hell's Gate, and Hell's Gate again, based on Lion King. That stuff we're going to talk about. We're working with, can I say that? We're working with Disney because they did shoot the movie, so the things we're doing with them to see whether or not we can push our destination. Again, things that we do because our destination is unique. Camelback, horse riding, so a little bit different, but again, diversifying product. This is my sort of thing. Sagana. Yeah? One thing you notice, it's us guys who are doing this. We're keeping the product alive. So it's us guys. We're actually experiencing this product. People are being able to do this right now. Diving, so different products. Beyond our big products that you go, lie, bake. That's what we're pushing. You can do that anywhere else. In Kenya, it's experiential. It's the experiences you get. Because the reality about tourism is 3 phases actually. It's the planning, the experiencing, and the stories you get to tell. Because the stories live beyond you. Yeah? So that's what we want to do. We want to be able to send people, show them, let them come tell the stories. Because beyond you, they become your ambassadors. 500 kilometers. Lamu, all the way on the other side. Our product is amazing. Okay, this would be the south coast. Different? The seven islands, yeah? 7 islands. Difference in sand. Yeah, sure. Seven islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. White sand on one side. The main coast has got brown sand. Product. Last time we showed our commercial. She's Kenyan actually. Different products. We have a rich course of products. So it's not, again, for us it's not coming to just bake. It's coming to experience and do things that are different. One thing, on the south coast, and I'll mention just one brand, Boabab. They do something very interesting. They're actually able to do dinners on the beachfront and do bonfires on the beachfront. We've done that with trade here. It's a different experience, yeah? Completely different. Heritage sites, they do an evening show, which is really cool. Again, different things that you're doing. We're changing them and you're talking with the guys who own product, so that you don't only get to do stuff within the hotel, then what you can do which is extra. Again, it's us guys who are experiencing the product. For many of us, our product is clean. That's one thing. To migrations, for a long time we always pushed what we thought that we wanted and people wanted, yeah? So now the handpack migration happens almost at the same time as the wildebeest migration. So two different products will happen at the same time. Cruise is coming back, they're coming back. So we're winning that conversation about pirates. We are winning that conversation. And because people complained and gave us feedback, culture is more than one tribe. It's a number of tribes. It's a number of, it's what we, not even beyond the tribe, what we do, the experiences we have. So taking people to the Namacho Mountains, showing different cultures that we have. And that is what we are doing. We're expanding our conversation. So yes, the Samburu, everybody else, we have different cultures. The one thing that everyone talks about is that we smile. We're happy people. Yeah? It's infectious, yeah? So we are. And then the one thing you notice now that we give out, even beyond the hats and everything, we're giving out. We're giving out our beads. Because apparently people do appreciate not the plastics, but our beadwork. And the conversations, and everyone is wearing. The conversations we have beyond that, yeah? Yeah? And it's the different beadworks. Because like, you can see about the Kenya one, the other one I'm wearing is Samburu. There we go. So they start conversations. So it's what we wear and how we communicate. This is Samburu given to me by a lady when I went to Maryland Derby 4 years ago. I still wear it. So the conversations that picks up, we're able to give those up. Kids, our runners, sports. Again, and he mentioned this, like, funny thing, Mo, obviously you guys know, Mo, before Mo started running the marathon, he came and stuck in Italy, 6 months. Then now he's doing it in Ethiopia, so that's why we're going to beat him tomorrow. So one of those things. But the camps are there. There's a guy from Germany who 2 months ago had 30 people down there. So our camps are a big thing, and we're actually trying to push those, and we're seeing people going there. And this is growing by itself. People go there, sit there, and it's, I hope, I've been there twice. It's a dormitory, It's basic. They come for that one, wanting to run. So how do we push that? How do we tell that narrative? So that's what some of the things we're pushing the whole week, saying, guys, come, sit down. There's something we can teach you about who we are and what we do and how we do it, Because the thing about Kenyans is we like sharing. It's great, man. Because for sure, we're the ones who are running. We're going to be. Beyond that, our rugby guys are great. Again, sports is something we're pushing and figuring out how to use them to amplify. Like I was discussing with some of you. So the different touch points, we're learning how to use them and figure them out. And using them to push our brands. Winston? This is coming back now. Yeah? When we're actually getting things that we can actually pull. So pushing the conversation beyond tourism. So, are we doing well from here? Yes, we are. The numbers are growing. But we need to get other agents here to push that. The only blips is we then need to be able to change conversations that come from other places. We have had a blip after the Dusit thing, yeah, the long term, because we then have to be able ourselves to change conversations or to change how conversations are perceived. Yeah, so small blip this year for that particular attack, but yeah, still going. Why are we here? First thing, we need to learn from you guys. Know how to talk to the consumers of these things. You know how to talk to your friends. You have to know. First step, we will learn, figure out things, partner with you, and have you influence. The word actually is influence. You know your community better than you do. Influence them. Why? I put the things on red. Why? Everything about travel is personal. It's your stories. Forget it. We can push content from KTB, we can say everything we want to say, but it's personal. If it's a website, still it's personal. It's your conversation that you're having with other people. So people believe you, who has experienced, who's been from there. So you then help us push that conversation across. So everything I put there is the personal thing. So we can do everything else which is bottom up. Your conversations, start that conversation. What will we do? Feed you the information, train you, forums like this with the embassy. Yeah? Again, baby steps, we are starting. This is the conversation with the diaspora, this is the first place. This is the first conversation we're having. This is the point where we get to learn from them. Now, this is just tourism talk. What the guys we're targeting, the whole travel journey. The guys who stand up, the guys who first to experience, the guys who show up, the guys who show up on social media. So we want all those guys because those guys give us the conversation. Yeah? They're the ones who talk about it. So once you know, this will share this with you. Once you know how we categorize the particular travelers, you're able to know, like, this is how my friend is. This is what he is like. Jonathan is like this, he likes to. This is how his personality is, so you know how you can target them and talk to them. This is going to be shared with you from James, from the ministry. Carefree, cultural levels, again, just categories in terms of how we define our consumers. Yeah? And this will be shared with you. The last end will be the guys who travel with their families, the guys who are more set in their ways. Again, information will be shared with James, the rest of you. For us, we look at, again, we don't use a shotgun approach. We're quite clear about where our key consumers come from. And for us, it's been 3 places, London, Manchester, Edinburgh, because of financials, because of figuring out who spends more, where. That's geotargeting. But, again, with you, in terms of expanding the conversation. Why? What do you want you to do as influencers? We are happy when people are traveling to Africa, for sure. It changes the conversation. But we are more happy when they're traveling to Africa and to Kenya, specifically. So yes, share holistic perspectives. Yes, we are next to Somalia, but for you, you can't walk to Somalia from Nairobi. It's just logical. So share holistic, let people know, yes, different stories. Again, whenever there's a bad story, that's great. You're able to change the conversation. Way forward, again, just we want to start a conversation through the embassy. How do we work together? How do we figure things out together? Again, learning process from you. Yeah. So that's all. Thank you.
Let us appreciate Jonathan once again. I'm sure you have quite a number of questions. I would recommend that you note them very well. We'll be coming back to the Q&A after the remarks from the High Commissioner. So at this point, I would like to to request my colleague Alan Boro to come and introduce the High Commissioner.
Thank you very much, James. Jonathan, thank you very much for your presentation. I think you spoke volumes. So fellow Kenyans, habari ya jioni? Yes, my name is Alan Boro. I'm Minister Councillor from the Kenya High Commission. Indeed, we feel honored and privileged for you to have chosen London as the first place to stop in terms of engaging the diaspora to promote our tourism. Our chairman, Kenya Diaspora Association, you know, we are also members of the diaspora. We are under your umbrella. So we are really excited, and indeed we'd like to partner with you in terms of promoting tourism and many other activities. I don't think I'll take too much time. Without much ado, I would like to invite His Excellency, the High Commissioner of Kenya to the UK, Ambassador Manoa Esipiso. Karibu bwana.
I'm Jambo.
Jambo.
I want to punch here. So let me start with the small money you contribute, just to put it in perspective. It's just above $2 billion. So that you understand, small has perspective. Yeah. Yesterday I was talking to Hugh Brasher. He's the director of the London Marathon. He organizes this thing. He was telling me he went to E10, which he calls I-10, a year ago, and he was down there for a week. Every morning he was going for a run, and every morning they were kids under 10 on the circuit. And at the end of 5 kilometers, he was always coming in just before the last, that type of thing. So he said, look, he's astounded at this reservoir of talent that appears to self-energize in I-10. And the thing about that is there's lots of people now going down that route just to also run that. And one of the things we have been talking about with the tourist board is to really make sure that every attraction is given its maximum value, so that it counts. You can't be producing this whole line of champions, and I mean, for the rest of us, it's just flanning watching. So that's really part of what KTV team is doing, highlighting everything that there is to highlight. The locals still do 60%, they produce 60% of the tourist money. Last year, that meant 3.94 million bed nights in Kenya. It's a lot of bed nights. And of course, we complain because it happens in April and it happens at Christmas. The rest of the 10 months have a sense of emptiness there that we need to deal with. And truly, there's lots of stuff that is around. There's stuff that only we can produce, and there's stuff that only we can invent. So there's a couple of years back, 2 or 3, there was a Pride of Lions just outside of Langata on the road. Yeah, there was a major traffic. And these guys were just doing their morning stroll in the sun. We got some of the best pictures around the world that we did not plan. No one could manufacture in a way that they were manufactured. And this
stuff that only we, in a sense, can do, and I think we should do as much as we can to do it. Our country is changing. The only moderates in the world. Our country is changing. It is not unusual for people who are not doing things the correct way to make certain visits on a Friday. We love Fridays in our country. Because if you've been knocking about on Friday, you have to take off from the city and find a hiding place because anything could happen. The rule of law is being taken quite seriously. Governance issues that I'm sure you are referring to are being taken seriously. Courtroom appearances are commonplace. So there is a determination that doing things the wrong way will not happen. And certainly from our point of view at the Higher Commission, we think that discussions in which we are involved are going to go the right way. We think that if you have partners that you need to check out, you should tell us. Don't come to us once hot water has landed on your back. Please do the due diligence before. We have the capacity to tell you, as this chap, the files show that he has a pending business. We can tell him that for sure. If a chap is telling you that they're going to build you a house, we can check whether he's built a hut before. These things, people can do things they have done before. Yes, people can do crazy miraculous stuff. But if they are doing it on your behalf, ask them whether they have done it on their own behalf before. It's just normal. But don't complain once you are inside the trouble before, because then we can defend every decision. We can track down people and things like that. But as many of you know, you have invested in full houses and got pictures showing that you are completed, only to find that the stuff never left the ground. This is stuff we can work together to deal. So we want to partner. We want to encourage you to visit. We want to encourage you to work with the administration of President Kenyatta. We want to make sure that you understand that home has product. Now, Ibiza might be near, but you see, after the funeral, Modric, you can hop to Lamu for 2 nights. Shelly Beach is magnificent, and then come back after the wedding. Can you pass Leopard Point down the south coast? It's crazy. For people like myself who like life more out of the beach, I've always found the Mount Kenya breakfast, if you're staying down at Fairmont or somewhere near there, to be quite quiet, quite nice, quite relaxing. It's the type of thing you can do. Rugby Sevens is next month. It's in May.
Yes.
So please, in large numbers, we'll make sure we make flags available so people are not running around with Ugandan flags. Oh yeah, sharing of flags. for London type events. Kenyans in the park is coming up as well. And these things give us the opportunity also to reflect on the things we need to do back home. You will find that while I'm here, our engagement with the diaspora is going to be very high. It is something we are deliberately determined to do. Not just for the social value, for the business value. We need more structured and coordinated investment type work. We need more structured charity work so that the net effect touches a wider scope, a wider range of people than it currently does. And I think just two more things. One is because my colleague James mentioned consular issues, it's horribly important that I actually talk about them. One is with the Huduma number, and I think the dates we've been given by the President to do this work is from May 6th. We hope to meet that time. If you check our official sites, if you look at my Twitter sites, my Twitter site, the mission's Twitter site, we will give confirmations for this. Part of what we're doing is to look at how to help the chaps who don't live near London. So it's quite possible, and we think to a large extent it will be possible to do outreach outside of London in order to support the other Kenyan diaspora that is not London-based. And secondly, on the e-passport situation, a lot of people are very anxious about this one. Only yesterday we told the Ministry of Foreign Affairs we are now ready to be able to start processing. So we shall now await clearance from capital. And I don't think that this is going to take too long now. You can also just keep a close eye on our social media sites. And we should be able to deliver this in fairly smoothly. Obviously, if there are many people arriving together when we start, there will be some queues to have to manage everything properly. So I just, in advance, I have to say this because if you come and you're waiting long and you feel that people are not being effective or people are not processing as fast as they can, we're working to deal with all possible pressures so people are properly trained. But patience, my friends, patience. We will also call for patience because that's what's required to get the work done effectively and for everyone to be happy. So let me end here and just say, look, we are here to work with you, to work for you, and to stand with you, and hopefully that in that way we can help you to stand with us and to stand with our country at the times. It's only this partnership that is going to make us work for you efficiently and in return for you to support your country as efficiently, as positively, as strongly as we think that this can be done. Thank you so much. And tomorrow, please show up to support our team. Let us clap again for His Excellency. Now we have come to the most important session, which is Q&A. I'm sure most of you have already written down your questions. I'll ask my friend Jonathan to come here so that
he can respond to the questions. If you have a very burning question, I'm sure the High Commission has sorted out issues with the High Commission. If you have a very burning questions, we can take one or two, but we want to focus our attention to issues 12. So if that is the agreement, I think what we'll do is open up. How many questions can you take at a go? Okay. We can take 2, 3 at a go. You know, if I start with him, people will say that he has seen me kind of. So you'll be next. Let me start.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Joyce Onstead. My question, I'm very happy to hear that we've got new products, and I'm one of the people who is really impressed by Kenya every time I went. I've just come from there. But I have a problem because one time during the year in this country, we have something called comic relief. And comic relief can completely destroy all the images, good images you've had about Kenya, by showing just people dying or people looking like they have no control of their own lives. It totally focuses on, it's about, I don't know whether you know about it, it's an aid. We come up one day, people raise millions, but they show Kenya in a light that really disgusts me. I mean, every time I see, I want to cry. So you see, Kenya is this very needy place, this place where children have flies all over, this place where people have no control, and Kenya is Kibera or just need. How are we going to address that? Because we can all try to sell our country in a positive way, but I tell you, every time everyone in this country watches comic relief, it's a big thing. What are we going to do with the consular, with our country, to make sure that the story we tell about our country is the story we want to tell?
That was a tough one. Thank you. I'll do one.
Why has KTV reduced its presence in London?
Sorry, you can start up and introduce yourself so that people can see you.
My name is Kailash Patel. I'm the director and a trustee of the Mount Kenya Trust, and we are a charity that's rehabilitating Mount Kenya by planting 10 million trees. And we are doing it by using children to plant the trees, and we give them education if they nurture the trees up to a sustainable level. If 17 million people rely on the waters of Mount Kenya, if those rivers dry up, we are in serious trouble. So on the 16th of May, we are holding a big event here in London at the Conduit Club, and it's going to sensitize the diaspora on the activities of Mount Kenya Trust. So all are welcome. So please get in touch and come and see what we are doing at Mount Kenya.
Nothing other question, but that was very, very good. There's somebody here, I promised. If you have a good question, please.
Habari zenu. And just a quick one, Juliet Makapila, and thank you so much to the High Commissioner and the delegates and every one of you. Just a comment for me, because I've got to quickly rush to the next event. I want to bring up community matters, and tourism is all of us, and we've had it. And one of the things that I see as a community leader, we have so much, some people are not confident. And I want us to take the opportunity to thank the opportunity here to showcase some of the beauty in Africa. Not just Africa, but the beauty in Kenya, but across Africa. As I go right now, because I'm going down to the Gulf Bank, the next event next to holiday in Pillsbury, all of you are welcome as well. Let us take the opportunity to tell our stories in our towns as we grew up. Because Europeans want to know how you grew up. That is how to tell your story. So I will leave you with that. Something we have taken for granted, Hakuna Matata. I've always opened up my opportunities in saying, what do you see in Kenya? And I say, Hakuna Matata. There is no problem in Kenya. So I leave you with that. I urge all of you, to celebrate each and every one of us. Because one of the things that has been lacking in our community is that strength. On behalf of UK Africa Diaspora Forum and all the other community leaders here in Kenya, we have been setting these stages in small steps. We fought for dual nationality. Let us celebrate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Janet. We have somebody else?
Hi. My name is Peter Herbert. I'm actually of Sierra Leonean origin, but I'm living in Kenya at the moment with my family. So I just wanted to say, actually, as a person who's been in Kenya for about 18 months, an overwhelming welcome from the Kenya Diaspora Alliance, from many people
and of course,
work in the UK here. Just two observations. One is that
I've got to rush to my next event, and I tell you what, thank you so much to everyone watching. I love you all, Francis Silly, Emmanuel Fada, everyone who is watching, Michael Ayo, Kule, Ifinyi Kuku, Winnie, and Agri Kanyanga all the way in Hertfordshire. Prit Agwani is still Jerry. I'm just on my way right now. Tell her I'm coming. Sekubuta, we thank you so much for everything. Abdullah, we love you. And of course, Princess Philip, we love you. Kathy Cress, all the way from America. Okpung, I love you all for joining us here and setting up the pace. Of course, Katie Carey, Honorable Speaker Ndegwa, all the way from Kenya. I love you for watching this. And we've got the High Commissioner here bringing it to us and just bringing in the opportunities that are here for investors and also other Kenyans to learn how to do that. Duncan, always you join me. I love you for that. And of course, Reverend George, I am seeing you. Ashaiko, thank you so much for the opportunity. Jeff, everyone, Victoria Tab, all the way from Nigeria. Hannah Kapolonia, I love you to bits. And of course, Balsini, Daryl, all the way. Eze Ihanacho, Prince Eze, we love you all the way from Nigeria. Victoria Cooper, Lorenzo, we love you. Let me say, have a good evening, and coming to my next event very shortly. I'm just rushing. I'll be 15 minutes late, but I'm on my way there. Speak soon. Love you all, and thank you for watching. Welcome to Kenya. Karibuni Kenya. Mumekaribishwa. Every single one of you. Kenya is beautiful, magical Kenya. We bring it live to you, and we push it and push it. Destination is Kenya. Watching today is from the African Wonder Woman, Juliet Makapila, and of course, I love you to bits. And there's a friend of mine here, Kenya, as usual, and she's from the Ugandan community. She supports the Kenyan community. We love you so much because she's also a nurse, for those who don't know. And I always say, if you want to see Kenya, at JNM 1000, at JNM 1000, and of course there's so much to see in Kenya and the East African community. That's it. Speak soon. Bye-bye. Are you joining us in the next event? Thank you so much, Lorenzo, and everybody watching from America. I love you all because you know you push us and welcome us to your country as well. Don't forget, Hakuna Matata in Kenya means there's no problem in Kenya. Moi, your one and only African Wonder Woman, Juliet Makapila. Speak soon. Bye-bye.